And we are live. Good morning, Crypto Warriors, and welcome back to the Gem in the Crypto, episode 1097. Today is Tuesday, April 25th, 2023, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community, Monday through Friday at 10ish, you jabronis.
Tennis, you jabronis. Top stories of the day. Crypto is dead in America, says tech billionaire Shamath Palihapitiya. Ordinals Finance has conducted a $1 million rug pull, says Certic. Bybit, to introduce mandatory KYC requirements starting May 8th. And WEF's promo video shows Bitcoin mining but leaves out the B word. Could you believe it? But first and foremost, Bitcoin Zay, what's going on with those prices?
Oh, yeah. So let's take a look at our prices for today. Bitcoin sitting at $27,318, down 1% today. Ethereum at $1,820, down 2.3%. Binance Coin at $329, down 0.8% today. XRP at 45 cents, down 1.5% on the day. Cardano at 38 cents, down 3% the last 24 hours. Dogecoin at 7 cents, down 1% today. Polygon at 96 cents, down 4% today. And rounding out the top 10 is Solana at almost $21, down 3.7%. And some of the trending coins, Arbitrum, Bitcoin, and Taboo token. And some of the recently added coins for you DGens. These are some good DGen coins right here, boy. Good gracious. Baby Doge Armin. Jesus Christ. Aliens Musk and IYKYK. If you know, you know. So you literally
That's
have.
actually a good token name.
I was gonna say you literally have the ultimate meme coins popping out right now. Just because what's called Pepe went up like a few thousand%, but now, yeah, a lot of the Baby Doge and the Shiba Wolf and all that is about to start coming out for you DJs.
Hey, don't be hating. all right. Give some quick shout outs to see the chat is lit right now. What's going on? Satoshi Slim, Wyatt Try, Ali Pio, Zyro, Fanteezy, Chloe Dior, Rashu, Shira Banks, Kadeem, Michael Koo, Goodness, Junior Maley, Virgo, Wisdom, 11 Super Mario. Welcome to the show. Everyone, make sure you smash that like and share as you can. We might as well just stop saying that shit don't work. All right, smash it, like and share your way in. Let's go ahead and jump into it. We got some interesting stories today. Top story of the day, we're going to be talking about crypto is dead, according to tech billionaire Shamath Palihapitiya. If you know who he is, of course, it's the one of the Warriors basketball owners. Very smart intellectual guy, especially in the realm of technology. So people do listen to what he has to say when it comes to technology. So this was definitely a headline if I ever saw. I don't even fully believe it. So let's go ahead and jump to the story. Palihapitiya, we're just gonna say Shamath. I think, even though I think I got it right now, did concede the crypto sector has pushed more boundaries than other startup sectors, which may have attracted the SEC's attention. I will say this about him though, as much as as a tech guy he is, I can't remember exactly everything he made his money on. I'm going to pause at innovator only because whenever people start talking, like, people are innovators to the government get involved. To mommy and daddy come around. Then like the rules come like, oh guys, we can't play like this anymore. We got to bring the ball inside. And it's like, that's kind of like what it sounded like. He was like, hey, it's been great, but now the SEC's here. It's not that good anymore. It's like, come on now, don't be one of those guys. Regulators in the U.S. have choked out the cryptocurrency sector to the point of death, according to Bitcoin bull and billionaire tech investor Shamath Palihapitiya. Crypto is dead in America, he boldly claimed in the April 22nd episode of the All In podcast. His comment came in response to the news that crypto exchange Coinbase is now considering a move offshore. He pointed the finger at Gary Gensler, the chair of the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, saying crypto is dead in America. Now you have Gensler even blaming the banking crisis on crypto, which we said would happen, folks. Back in 2017, remember we said this would be a terror. They would use Bitcoin as like essentially a terrorist attack or natural disaster. They're going to blame it on Bitcoin. He also added, so the United States authorities have firmly pointed their guns at crypto. So, okay, with him saying it like that, I see what he's saying. I do agree with Shamath. He is intentionally being as inflammatory as possible so people can listen and pay attention. Okay, based off of who he is as this billionaire tech investor who's a warrior owner, yeah, he's definitely doing it for the headline. I get what he's doing. I'm with Shamath. That's what I said. Zay and I, for the shot and read the article, I just saw the headline. I was like, no, not Shamath too. Like, this guy's he's a great, brilliant mind. Like, he couldn't have fallen to this BS as well. So I was not sure, but I'm glad and happy to see that he's just making this viewpoint So it's overstood that, hey, there's an issue going on and we're going to drive away business. Pilot Pataya said that the U.S. would likely views crypto as a threat to its establishment. The tech investor did, however, attribute some fault to the sector. In fairness to the regulators, and again, I'm not mad at him for even saying anything like this because, again, as a tech billionaire, you don't want to piss him all the way off. You might end up getting stabbed, seriously. You know what I mean, Cash App. In fairness to the regulators, the crypto sector did push the boundaries more than any other sector of the startup economy. So, okay, I will actually concede to that. I get what he's saying. He's like, hey, in fairness to regulators, you did have a bunch of teenagers in here going crazy. In fairness to human beings, though, regulators or not, who gets to decide what another human being does with value? This is a much deeper conversation to me than it is just on the surface of cryptocurrency. But so far, these are some of Chamath's comments. He said the bill has come due for them, essentially, when it comes to crypto and all this stuff that's happened to all these bad actors in the industry in the form of regulation. What are your thoughts on this story and Chamath's take on this?
Oh yeah. Well, like you said, I agree with the statement that crypto is dead from a regulation standpoint. Do want to point out he did not say Bitcoin because
That's true.
that is very specific. Remember, people, you have to, when you talk to people, make the distinction between Bitcoin and the crypto market. That's two separate things. We've said plenty of times though that the crypto market has basically, from a technological standpoint, pushed a lot of these old industries to adopt new ways of thinking. And one thing, Reggie Middleton always says, what's important, access to markets. Even if we know that Bitcoin is the best form of money, people should not lose access to markets just because a three-letter organization tells them, well, no, you can't use your money that way. We're protecting you from yourself, basically.
Right.
And when we saw the ICO market, I've said it over and over. As far as initial coin offerings being a substitute for securities offerings, that is actually a much better innovation. The fact that you could copy and paste your amount and your wallet address, and that was it. Everybody had access. Technically, everybody had access to markets for the first time we've ever seen.
A fair access.
A fair access.
Only thing Benny Lingram did right was that airdrop, or was that was the ICO?
Yeah, was the ICO. And the thing is, people hated the ICO market because it was rife with scams, a lot of rug pulls, a whole lot of hacks, and a lot of smart contract bugs. Yes, we get that. But when you're talking about technology, you have to let it grow. And if it's not regulated, for some reason, they like to stifle it. I think they should have took the ICO market, did sort of a some sort of a plan around it where they're like, all right, well, this is different from a security in these forms, whatever. But if they kept it the same as a security, they could have kept the same apparatus because that's how easy it should be to invest.
Bro,
technically, it should be copy and paste. I like this project. My money's in it. That's it. Like, it shouldn't be a lot of red tape in between. You shouldn't have to be worth $1 million to invest in companies like as a VC. You shouldn't have all these capital controls and having to register. Like, all of this is just control. And that's the thing. He's talking about the crypto market. He's not talking about Bitcoin. So yeah, I do agree with Chamath there. Very shrewd guy. He got his words out the correct way, but he is right. They're just trying to kill the crypto market. They know they can't get rid of Bitcoin. I mean, they've already conceded. We own, I don't know, 209,000 Bitcoins right now. Like, we've conceded that you can't defeat Bitcoin. But crypto market, hey man, what they do? They cut off the banks that fund them. They cut off the on-ramps. They're about to do KYC on all the exchanges. We're about to talk about one here in a second. So yeah, his statement seemed pretty correct and on point.
And really quick, the idiocracy of our government, what they don't understand is all this fighting and fighting. If they literally, not even a full point, if they on every ICO project in 2017 by the summer, if they say, hey guys, we're not getting our cut, we're not tripping for any ICO that wants to do anything with American customers, we just going to need 0.05% of everything you make. That's our tax. Less than 1%. Yeah. Do you know how much money but I'm talking to our, the listeners and viewers now. Do you understand how much money the US would have brought in and ICO projects would have done it? They were like less than 1%. Like, what? we paying our developers more than we paying ourselves more than that. Like, they would have done it. And do you all know the amount of money that would have been raised overnight? Like, you got to remember, there are ICO projects that went $80 million up from the jump.
$1 billion. EOS would.
I was going to say EOS. I didn't want to say it. Listen, I almost said $1 billion, but I didn't want to go to because I was like, didn't I get 1.1 billion? But I couldn't remember. All right. So to be clear, people, ICO projects reached $1 billion. Some of these things. Again, the power and the reason why is because for the first time on the planet, They said, hey, for a new company, a new project, a new anything, anyone on the planet can invest, and it works. It worked. All the government literally had to do was, hey, guys, 0.5%, 0.5 point. Everybody would have gave you 0.5 point just to be friends with America. You would have got the 0.5 point just off the strength of, oh, I'm trying to be cool with big bro. All he wants is a pack of cigarettes, and he gonna follow me around this party all night. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to him. Like, what are you talking about? Like, so the government, I feel like, shot themselves in the foot on that. What's up?
And I just did some quick math. All right, let's say the average ICO made $20 million, right?
Yeah.
If they took 1% of all the ICO projects, there were at least 5,000. They would have made $10 billion.
Come on,
$10 billion off just
overnight.
1%.
Overnight, without having to do a task force or a SEC this or a lawsuit that.
So
overnight.
All this suing and taking them to court, they could have drawn up a bill that says the ICO market is different. This is what, these are some of the controls. This is how much you got to pay. You put out your product, hey, you pay us at the end of the year. They could have made 10 billion easy, let the ICO market go, and then they could have got out some of the egregious ones. There was some that were egregious. Like,
yeah, they were.
Yeah, I mean, you just see. I mean, the website was terrible. People were running off with like $2 million, which isn't much in the grand scheme of things. But those people, they were likely to get caught. But they could have made so much more money, man.
And again, that's where it's like why self-regulation is important, because right now, when it does come to regulation in the way it is in the U.S., they're not going to come and walk up let's say the market's a neighborhood, and the regulators, they're like basically like the bigger folks that can come in and bully everybody to do stuff. And it's like, you got this open market. Yeah, there's some bad streets, but most streets are actually pretty decent. They're good. They're good streets. People working on them. They paving potholes. They putting tar down to actually make streets, painting everything. And then all of a sudden you get regulators come in and they go down every street, and they don't care if you're a good or bad actor. They just beating people ass who outside. They don't care. That's how I feel what's happening here with the regulators. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, yeah, did the ICO market and the crypto market in general, is it the wild west? Yes. But even in the wild west, in real life, people, there were still sheriffs and deputies. There were still people who had kids and who had families who were growing up. Like, there were still normal people in the Wild West while all the craziness was going on. It wasn't just like, come on, people, you think it was just cowboys and Indians and wasn't no girls? Like, come on. And then once the girls came, you think wasn't no kids? Wasn't no family pets? Like, people, the Wild West even had a semblance of normalcy in it. So no, it wouldn't be right, just like in the Wild West, if we said, all right, fuck it, send the military out there and kill everybody. Like, that's what they're doing with the regulators right now. They're like, yo, this market in general is crazy. We don't know if it's good actors or bad actors. Go in there, lawsuit everybody, enforce everybody, regulate everybody, make everybody want to give you money or fold on their business. And this is where Chamath is getting to. If you're going to regulate like that, then yes, everyone will lose to the American government. And then the people who technically don't lose will just quit and brand somewhere else, go to another country, go to another territory. So I'm with Chamath on this. It has to stop. It's kind of getting crazy. And yes,
and anybody.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was about to say some BS. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, anybody that has basically said that they hate capitalism and free market capitalism, this shows you that this is not a capitalist country. If it was a free market,
or democratic,
this is a very controlled republic, which is ran as a business. And what people need to understand is that if it was actual free market capitalism, there's a lot of controls in place that wouldn't be FHA loans, there wouldn't be Social Security, there wouldn't be Medicaid, all of that stuff wouldn't exist. But definitely with new innovation, if this was actually even close to a free market, they wouldn't just stifle it as soon as it comes out. You know what I mean? So that just goes to show you it's a lot of capital controls in place. It is not free market capitalism. This is not pure Austrian economics. Bitcoin is by itself, but everything else is sort of falling by the wayside of regulators.
Well, and what I hate is like the people who would try to convince you otherwise. This is a democratic and free market and everything. Well, you got to have some regulation. Well, you got to have some tax. You know how they do? They do this right here. Hold on. This is what they do right here. Well, the government has to get. To those people, I say, is it cheating if I have sex with your wife? You gotta make things black and white for those people. Hey, she didn't have sex with me, brother, right? It's just me who did it. Like, come on, make it black and white for them. Maybe they'll get it then. Like, what are you talking about? No, if there's controls, then there is not a free market. It is a very simple thing. All right, I saw some cool comments. Zyro, I had to point this out because I was actually thinking about this in the back of my head when I said the Wild West. and that was Red Dead Redemption. He said Red Dead Redemption could have taught people that. Yeah, shout out to the video game Red Dead Redemption. I literally had that in the back of my head when I was thinking about the Wild West. I don't know why, but that's just the most modern Wild West thing that popped up. Let's see. Government don't know what to do with $6 trillion. They were just going to mess over the 10 billion, essentially, of course. Could have had their tax airdrop to the feds, even took a slice of the international ICOs. People, there are so many ways to make money as a government in this market and still have the actors and the market participants happy with you. Like, there's so many ways, and regulation is like one of the last way. Shout out to Jake Fee for being our number one hater today. Jake said that one unlike was me, not hating, just switching it up today. Hey, it used to be Fumble McBumble.
Hilarious.
Come back, Fumble McBumble. We know you still listen to his brother. Hey, listen.
Come give us out one unlike.
Hey, after we talk about this next story that we already got right before and said it many times recorded, we'll show you why the reason why people like Fumble McBumble, who strongly dislikes us, keeps coming back. Because we keep getting shit right. All right. It is what it is. It sucks. I know. Man. Hey, Allen Iverson can hoop. You ain't like the way he dressed. I feel it. Zyro says CBDCs for the humans, real code for the bots. All right, there we go. Hey, I keep telling people we need to have the vote right now. Robots and clones. Are we going to let them vote, and are we going to count them as real humans? I'm trying to remember you heard it first in 20. Remember where you heard it first. We should vote now and decide, or do they get the laws as humans? Do they get man, I saw one of the Cocos driving around yesterday in LA, you know, the little food delivery bots.
Yeah.
Bro, right outside of elementary school, it was getting out. I shit you not. I was like, in front of their parents too. And I'm like, this is literally what's gonna happen. In front of their parents, they were blocking the Coco from moving, basically bullying the robot, bro. Like fucking with the robot on the sidewalk. And the parents was just I mean, we all know, like, I'm sorry, people. It was a bunch of moms. It just was what it was. I don't see a bunch of dads letting it go down like that. It was a bunch of moms, and they just giggling as their kids fucking with the little robot trying to deliver food. And I'm like, I said it yesterday in front of I was like, this is why we need to decide, like, how are we going to treat robots and the votes? I'm telling you, because this is the early onset. You had kids fucking with a robot delivering food. What's going to happen when they start walking around and think you got a mind of his own? Say, all right, we need to vote on these robots, people.
I know one thing. They better not start out as more than 3/5. We had to start at 3/5.
Oh my goodness.
So they better make them 2/5.
Somebody said 1/5. There we go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Price Cobbs knows. Like, hey, we start at 3/5. So hey, y'all got to work your way up just like everybody
else. All right. In other news, in another I told you so story. Oh man, I can't wait to talk about this one. You kind of just mentioned this. So let's get to the story next. Bybit to introduce mandatory KYC requirements starting May 8th. People, if you are in our class, here, let me minimize this. I should have brought it up before the show, but the article caught me off guard, so I'll bring it up tomorrow. I'll bring it up at least 3 times tomorrow, actually, from different dates spanning the last 4 or 5 months. I've been telling everyone in our coaching classes as we continue to use Binance. Actually, just 2 or 3 weeks ago, I put everybody up on 3 new exchanges, and the reason why they're all, DeFi exchanges, or CDFI at least. And the reason why is because we were using Bybit as one of them. And I'm like, I'm telling you, they already got a tap on the shoulder. The regulators are coming. And this is recorded, people. So I don't even need to, like, I'm patting myself on the back. I was like, the regulators are coming. And I was like, I know this for a fact because Bybit also used to be, you could go 100 times margin on it. And they switched it now to a maximum of 10. That is, for those who are listening, here's some of our free coaching. This is the most obvious. This is one of the most obvious signs that exchange is going to go straight centralized and regulated, and that's when they change the ability to do derivatives and margin trading. Now, the ones that want to attract volume, they're going to let you go far and crazy with. There's one route right now that lets you go up to 500. Actually, people, I'm serious, and it works. You can go 500 times on there. Zay is laughing because he knows.
You about to ball that money up and throw it in.
That's why I say, hey, if you short it and then that motherfucker changed $1 in the wrong direction, you get liquidated straight up. If it's 60 cents in the wrong direction, everything's gone. But it allows a liquidation party. There's another one that's allowing you to do 166 times margin. But my point is, those are the still wild west. I mean, you're talking about 500. That's a wow. I've never seen that high.
You're a wild boy.
You're a wild boy. The highest I saw until recently was 150 times. As of recently, I just found one for 166, and then I just found the 500 one. Never seen them that high before. So of course, it's like super dangerous. But my point is, that's the Wild West. Those are unregulated ones. Bybit used to be 100 times margin. I know because I went well at the what's call it when we had our
At the conference.
no, when we had our event
Oh, the meetup. Yeah, the
when we
meetup.
had our meetup in LA at the Mondrian
At the
Hotel,
Mondrian.
I
Yeah.
did a live trade at like 50x margin in front of people for like 2 minutes and made like some 5 or 6% or something. But we're saying all this to say when Bybit went from 100 times down to 10, the last few months in our coaching classes, we've been telling everyone, hey, do not get to leaving your money on Bybit right now. We're telling you the regulations are impending. They're coming. There's no reason for a successful exchange who've been doing 100 times margin, attracting volume to go to 10 times margin unless they got the tap on the show. That's literally the only reason. And I've been screaming that for months, as well as Bitcoin Zay. And it looks like the news is officially here. And once again, we're proving correct, not crazy, which is always a good thing for us because we're wondering sometimes with all this madness that goes on in this space. But it looks like, again, Bybit to introduce mandatory KYC requirements starting May 8th. Users without Know Your Customer verification had a daily withdrawal of 20,000 USDT on Bybit prior to the announcement. A couple things I want to point out as well. So here's all right, man. This is loaded. I didn't say this actually last week because I wasn't sure and I was giving them a chance to work through it, but I'm gonna say it now. Bybit's trying to keep customer funds right now as we speak, people. So you need to be moving it all. I don't have a lot on there. I only have a little bit on there anyway, but I was trying to move off a very nominal amount. I mean, like $100, and essentially for the first time ever, they just made me go through an entire brand new KYC process where they wanted me to show video of the wallet I was using to send crypto to Bybit and to show that TXID. And I gave them the video, but I sent them a dirty letter after. I'm like, this is all types of invasion. I'm like, I've used I don't know how many different wallets, so I was lucky enough to find the one I used. And then I was like, B, why the fuck do you need to see what I'm doing on my other parts of crypto here on your exchange for you to verify? This happened to me about 2 weeks ago. Again, I've been knowing for months that this was impending, but that happened 2 weeks ago. I still haven't been able to pull that capital off it. So there is something going on there. I've sent them 2 videos. I need to recheck today, to be fair, because they were taking about 3 or 4 days to get back to email. So I'll recheck today. But something has been afoul there. And essentially what's about to happen now, the reason why this is such a big story, if you're listening out there, you have any capital on Bybit, you need to get it off ASAP, because once they go fully KYC and all that, what they're going to do is, if you're not from one of these countries, and I'm telling you now, the United States will not be on that country list because it is already not on the country list as far as accessing the website. They're going to say if you're not from these certain countries, that crypto is gone and it will be gone. So right now, again, you have until May 8th to get your crypto off of Bybit if you're on it, A, and B, Bybit is officially dead. Okay, I want to make sure we're clear on this. It's officially dead. If you were going to use Bybit, you might as well use Coinbase at this point. It's officially dead. That KYC is on it. That government is on it. And it's not just the American government. It's a few different governments. And you don't know how it's going to affect you. So Bybit, shout out to, hey, good 2-year run.
You had a good run. You had a good run. You got some customers in there. You got some funds locked up in there. Now we got to pull out the violin for your ass. But you know what's crazy though is finally people that have been in the market for less than 2 or 3 years, they get to start to see the pattern.
We're not lying though. Hey, we're not lying.
We're not lying. We've been telling you this, like I said, we've been telling you this now 6 years. They start an exchange. You get 2 to 3 years to operate how you want. You attract all the customers, and then you get that tap on the shoulder. You need to reduce withdrawals. You need to do KYC. You need to lower the leverage, and then they become a shell of themselves, and then they're gone after a while. Because when I bring up, we just smoked on Bittrex pack the other day. We talking about Poloniex pack long time ago, yeah. And that's the thing. We've seen so many exchanges do the exact same thing. They start out, everybody loves BitMEX, Poloniex,
volume up, margin,
volume up, everybody having a good time. I mean, people in the chat partying with each other, saying how much money they're making, and then next thing you know, boom! One day you wake up. What's today? A Tuesday? You wake up on a Tuesday. KYC, motherfuckers, by May 8th. Now it's a mad scramble to get your stuff off. They know this, so then they implement controls so you can't really get
it's about to be hard to get off right now. You're right. It's hard to get off already. Right now it's hard. One other thing I'll add to, though, in all this massive fiasco, serious round of applause for Bybit. And here's why. A couple of reasons. A, just like they're not special. Like they're not. They had their 2 to 3 year amazing run. And it was people. hey, Bybit did me good. I can't listen. I really can't sit here mad at Bybit. They didn't done me good. All right. So, shout out to me. I'm not gonna be mad at
Be
Bybit
mad at it. I'm saying.
when I didn't pay rent off Bybit. Like I cannot with a straight face be mad at Bybit. So they didn't done your boy good. But on a serious note, one of the reasons why I am applauding them is not only for having their time in the sun and getting out like everybody else, and of course getting out people is just for us degenerates, people, for us who are really into this space. Like Bybit will do well for the regular market now that they're centralized and everything. They'll do fine, right? But as far as getting this crazy volume and for the bigger players and the mini fish, I'm not a whale, but for some of the mini fishes out there, they lost us. But what I give them props at is that at least they gave you a heads up to May 8th. This is new. And I'm sure that they're doing it, and many other exchanges are doing this also, because a part of the regulatory regime is that you can't just not tell customers. But what used to happen, we're looking at you shit treks, is they would change their terms of service overnight, people. So the same way this is a Tuesday and this story is coming out, instead it will be a Tuesday. Looking at Bittrex, this is a real life example. This is not us making up things, where they changed their terms of service after we pointed shit out to them that they did wrong. They changed their terms of service on Tuesday night. Didn't tell anybody. There was no email. There was no headline. The only reason we knew is because literally the next day on Wednesday, when we try to like have the call and everything, we go back to the terms of service and literally things are changed. And we were like, hey, you dumb fucks. When we pointed out that you changed your terms of service, we already screenshotted everything. So it's just one of those things.
We saw it happen live.
Yeah, it's like, y'all not slick. We can't believe you even do this. And you can even do this, but it happened. So again, at least had to give Bybit a round of applause for telling everybody, hey, you got into May 8th, even though we secretly started right now keeping your crypto, you publicly you have at least until May 8th. And again, this is what we mean. This limit of $20,000. Again, Bittrex did the same thing. It was just like this, people. In their terms of service, it said you can withdraw like 4 Bitcoins a day, blah, blah, blah. We get after them. We got a lot of money on exchange, and all of a sudden it goes overnight 0.02 Bitcoins a day. Now, you all tell me, going from 4 Bitcoins a day to 0.02, wouldn't you think that is a lot of Bitcoin and crypto and money on the table that could fuck up a business? Well, Bittrex made sure that it did. That's right. Terms of service overnight. But again, we're talking Bybit right now. Starting May 8th, know your customer identity verification will be mandatory for all products and services offered by the crypto exchange Bybit. Now, again, to be honest, this is why this stuff is important. Once these get centralized and they put the regulators on them, not only is it not really worth it because the tax burden and everybody all in your fucking financial business, but also the products and services being offered. Let's talk about it. Again, we were just talking about trading on leverage and margin trading, and how before they were regulated, they were doing 100 times, right? You could go literally go 100x on most products. Well, once you become regulated, that Wild Wild West shit goes away. The reason why is because essentially the regulators know how dangerous it is to control it, and they want to minimize risk across the board for the most part. So these exchanges become like they're not the cool kids anymore, just off the strength of them not doing anything cool. It's like, bro, before your parents came to the skate park, you was doing 360s and spinning and backflip. Your parents standing at the half pipe now. You over here just doing regular shit. Like you doing kick flips. Like it's not cool anymore. So essentially that's what happens. And that's why they're saying, hey, on all our services and products, this thing will be regulated. That means all their services and products, all that fun shit you can do. For those who didn't know, Bybit's had like the longest trading competitions going on, which were really cool, to be fair. I think I tried to enter one back in the day or whatever, but it's super easy to enter. There's different levels. And basically, if you win, like if you have the best trading percentage after a week or a few weeks or a month, you win pots of money. And literally, you can start off with as little as like $50, $100, $10 is literally about the percentage, not the amount of money. So like things like that, I'm telling you now, that's coming to an end because you can't do that in the regulatory environment as it is now. So once again, long live Bybit. You know, you guys had a great 2 to 3 year run as some of the other rock stars had. You did a great job, I think. And now it just has to come to the end, unfortunately. Founded by Chinese entrepreneur as well. My fault. I just want to say it was founded by Chinese entrepreneur Ben Zhu. I was wondering, you know, it's all these fucking Chinese coming. I keep wondering how the Bybits pop up with money. And that's my answer. But go ahead, Zay. My fault.
Oh yeah. You know where it's coming from. The good old United States of China. But the good thing about the businesses that they run is I think there may be a precedent. Don't quote me on this, but somebody who's a lawyer, hit us up and let us know if these exchanges could register as an online casino. Could they possibly allow 100x, 200x and just call it a shitcoin casino. It's like, look, we put out people's crypto.
Too much free sauce right now. Way too much free sauce on that one, bro.
We need to get a lawyer for that because I mean that's basically what they're shutting down right now. Because I always, I watch a lot of mafia movies. Basically, what they're doing is at the end of casino, when they had all the fat kids and all the parents walking up, and they were like, "Vegas is dead," and then they got all the families. It's like, "Oh yeah, we made it family friendly now." So now all the old days of Vegas are gone.
Okay.
Yeah. You remember at the end when
yeah,
like, remember the old days of Vegas and where you could come, you could have a good time and be a man. And then now it's like, oh, well, now it's family friendly, and now you got a bunch of goofy games and a bunch of roller coasters and shit. That's what's happening to the crypto market. It used to be, Wild Wild West. It was, mano y mano. You go in, you lose your money. You don't know how to code? Oh, well, you lose your money, 100x. Good luck, idiot. You fucking lost, whatever. And there was no remorse. Nobody cried. But now, make it family friendly.
That is
bring
fair.
It down. You reduce a lot of the hurt. Because people don't realize there's got a bunch of teenagers that's losing money on a lot of these things. So that's why they look at regulation. But in my opinion, they should just get a casino license, and then we should be fine from there. But who knows, man? It's probably something. It's probably something.
They're not gonna let it happen. I mean, legally, like by the words and by the books and what you're saying, like you could probably legally make it happen. Like it probably could happen, but it ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Legal, illegal, fair, unfair. It has the most votes. It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, the people who give the taps on the shoulders, they don't want to see that.
Come on, casinos themselves gonna be like, oh, what? You can actually win over there? No, fuck no. Really quick for some of the comments. Yes. So Enzo Carter says, do you record the coaching class? Yes. I think right now we got about 30 at least up. All recorded, at least 30 for sure, like 28 to 30. They're all recorded. They're on a different section of YouTube. So if you do join the coaching classes later on, you have access to those as well as the additional new ones also. And a lot of those are what's it? It was a green. What's it called? Green. When you do articles that can be repeated at any time on any site, green something. I can't think of it.
Oh, green eggs and ham.
You are a fool, and I really believe you're gonna tell me something important. I really.
Hey, you know how crazy it is.
Y'all see how he put me in private for real people. I really about to listen to him.
You know what's
crazy? Give me the name of those articles. Go ahead.
You know what's crazy? You kind of taught me that when
Evergreen.
I moved to LA.
Go ahead. I thought you what?
When you kind of taught me that when you moved to LA. As long as you look and sound confident, people will just let you go. How many times have we walked up in a suit and just sounded like we were supposed to be there and they just let you walk in?
Don't tell my secret. That's in my next book, bro. That's 6 years later on release. 6 years later. I literally got a whole chapter on that about long story short, what I did. Long story short, I was in the airport before. And this is back in my military days. So I know some of y'all gonna be like, oh my God, what I'm about to say. But I went through a period when I was smoking cigarettes. And I was smoking a cigarette at the airport in the suit on. And they didn't even know what to say to me, bro. And I was laughing too. I was intentional as fuck. I was like, I think I was with like a stranger. I was like, look, I'm like, you want some cool shit? Like,
yeah.
You want somebody to break the law?
I want somebody to come say something.
But they were just like, I was GQ though. I was super GQ. They was just like, excuse me, sir. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, no problem. I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna go take this around the block. Like, it's all good. I was just doing a social experiment right quick to see something. But I was basically just explaining to someone like, yo, the way you dress people can literally dictate like a lot.
Yeah.
And Cario said 500x. Though that's wild. That's Red Dead Returns for sure. Somebody said 500x is a scratch off. People, I'm telling you, it's some exchanges right now. Like it just don't stop. I wouldn't be surprised if the same people who like, and actually that's the play. Create an exchange, Wild West, get it regulated, sell it to the centralized bank or something. And at the same time you're selling and getting regulated, you already started your second exchange that's getting regulated.
That's all we've been doing.
Doing the same shit. And
game of whack-a-mole. That's all.
If you catch this one, fine. We'll pay the fine. We'll regulate it. We'll sell it to the bank. We got the next one. Oh, you called us a third time. Pay another fine. Regulate. Sell it to the bank.
Who owns Deribit?
Oh, I don't know. Hey. Hey, whoever in the comments, shut up.
That's what I'm saying. This new one's gonna keep popping up.
Listen,
the new one has already been created. They're just about to upload the code May 9th. So basically, people start leaving. They think they have a choice. They're gonna go to an exchange owned by the same people. I guarantee.
No, seriously, I will say, folks, as we always say, the information, like the majority of information, our classes, courses, and everything, yes, you can find for free. Do your own groundwork. It's that simple, seriously. But I will say, For example, to find a brand new, and I'll give you the semi blueprint. To find a new exchange that's doing some crazy margin, to test it, blah blah blah. I mean, you're literally looking at roughly 6 to 10 hours of work time on a minimum. So this is what we're saying. Like, you can definitely go do these on your own. You can go Google searching, find the exchange, play with them. Some of them you will lose your capital on, being fair and being real. Some of them you won't, because some of them are fake. You know what I mean? To read reviews, to test it, to play with all the service and products on there. Especially now is one area I don't even go on exchange. They are doing the new options. They're doing options and shorts and futures. Like, I've never been an options trade. People always talk to me, try to get me into it. It's like, again, that's what I like about myself. I don't try to fake the funk. I'm like, oh, I can do crypto and options and futures. Like, no, I don't do options and futures and all. I don't do none of that shit. And all these exchanges are offering it now. So, my point is not even get into the options and futures part. Just play with some of the regular products on the exchanges. Again, you're looking at 6 to 10 hours minimum to get comfortable with the exchange. So if you're one of those people, get after it. But if you want a shortcut and you just want somebody to do the work for you, hit us up, and that's what we're doing over here. Oh shit, Reggie knows something. Reggie said there's some interesting news that may be coming out about Coinbase in a month or two.
Hey man, Reggie done ran Coinbase out of America. He done put them they shoes on the telephone line, and they ass about to go move to Dubai or some shit. Yeah. They about to be up out here.
Zyro said, I got to play with 22 times leverage on the 1 second charts. They provided a nice lesson. LOL. That's what I'm like.
It's like a video game.
Yeah, it's good and bad to it. The best time, I saw somebody just do it the other day. The best time to do it is when Bitcoin the other day literally just dropped from like 30K to 27. Like, a lot of people went long on it, expecting it to bounce back to 28, which it did, like almost immediately. And I saw people make some healthy, like, you can make some quick money. It's just super dangerous. That's all it is. They said, Jake said King lost a bag on Bittrex. My boy got beef. No, that's where the beef came. We didn't lose a bag. Bittrex lost one of our bags. So that's where the beef's at. All right, let's go keep this show going. We're going to talk Ordinals Finance. It's conducted a $1 million rug pull. Bitcoin Zay, I can't tell if you're frozen, and he is. I couldn't tell if he's frozen. He was just staring. But Ordinals Finance, $1 million rug pull. Let's check this out. The DeFi protocol appears to have erased its social media presence after news of the alleged exit scam broke. This is crazy right here. Ordinals Finance, an Ethereum-based decentralized finance protocol that allows users to lend and borrow inscriptions, has been accused of performing an exit scam, also known as rug pull. In an April 24 press release by Cointelegraph, blockchain security firm Certic reported the protocol's developer pulled 256 million OFI tokens out of its smart contract using a Seifu token function. Another 13 million OFI was removed through an owner re-withdrawal function, bringing the total number of tokens withdrawn to 269 million, Certic stated. So essentially, these functions right here, the owner re-withdraw and the Seifu token function, are some of the functions that have already been coded into the contract, which I'm sure most people did not realize what it did. And again, this is why it's important to not only be able to read some of this code, or at least be able to understand what's happening. So when you do get these security firms to look at it, you can kind of understand the breakdowns that they're going to give you. Another, okay, so it's saying here, right here from Certic Alert on their Twitter, we can confirm that the Ordinals Finance exit scam has resulted in a loss of $1 million. All social media accounts have been deleted, as well as the project's website. Funds have been consolidated into this wallet address. So, all right, here's the positives from it right here, people. The first positive, and that's the beauty of crypto, is that they cannot hide. You have the wallet address right here where that crypto has been sent to. So that's the first good thing about it. The second good thing I want to know, or not good thing, but the second thing I want to point out is, again, the sophistication of these scams in the space. We've said it so many times. Where it's just like, I think we mentioned the other day, like, it is super dangerous in this space when it comes to the sophistication of the scams. And unfortunately, after they scam people, you have the talking heads and some of the bigger influencers and YouTubers out there saying, this is why crypto is bad, or this is the problem of the overall market. When in reality, it was just like a sophisticated scam. But we've said it, like, some of these scams and scam artists will get fake fake assistants, fake phone numbers, fake buildings, fake everything, fake business licenses, right? They'll fool you all the way out and they'll pump fake you. And it kind of looks like that's what just happened here as well. So again, we're looking at this Oranos Finance where they've removed everything. Again, you can see this long red candle. Exit scam is dropped. It looks like the total loss to investors is $1 million. CoinGecko shows the market cap of OFI was 2.3 million before the exit, but fell slightly to over $143,000 afterward. That $143,000 is probably the people who are still asleep right now who didn't check the morning news, which is why it's so important to check the news in this market, because literally $143,000 is left over. That's literally from people who don't know this is happening right now. They just haven't woke up to news and exited yet. But again, this implies the losses were more than $2 million. However, some OFI token owners may have sold as the news broke, which may account for the lower amount being reported by Certic. So this is crazy. This is crazy. Blockchain data shows that the address received OFI from multiple addresses before depositing the tokens into Tornado Cash. Oh, so it looks like they already deposited the tokens into Tornado Cash, and then the project's Twitter account has also appeared to be deleted. So this is crazy to see. Hold on one second. Bitcoin Zay said his Wi-Fi just dropped, so we're trying to see if we get him back in here. All right. So this is crazy. Going over to this tweet real quick. I want to see the tweet and see people's responses to this. This is crazy to see again. One person just LOL'd it, unfortunately. But again, Wild West of crypto, we were just talking about it. I mean, it doesn't get any more wilder than this. Someone said it's rug season. It was run by the same people behind MMF Crypto. I didn't even know what this is, MM Finance. Not sure if that's true, but if it is true, this kind of goes along to what we said by literally people are creating projects, either selling them to the regulators or centralized sources, or rug pulling and then coming back around with a brand new project. So that is true that they're behind a different project. That would kind of make sense to go along with that. But as far as Oranos Finance themselves, here is their Twitter account. I want to bring this up. I don't know why I'm laughing. This isn't funny, but it is what it is. This is Oranos Finance Twitter account. Does not exist. It's a rug pull, people. It's a scam. Unfortunate to see, but this does keep happening in the market. This is what's bringing regulators over to the market, unfortunately. And again, this was at Oranos Finance. What will be really interesting to see is if someone actually comes up with a second Oranos Finance in the next few days and tries to take some of their old market share, Twitter followers, anything like that, because we have seen this market fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, shame on me again. Fool me 4 times. Man, the crypto market must be bad. That's what I say that because that's what we see. We literally have seen a reboot of Terra Luna. They're talking about rebooting FTX. They already rebooted BitConnect, and it had volume. Like, people go back to these same shit projects and don't learn their lessons. So it'll be very interesting to see if people actually go back to another Oranos Finance, if they were to actually come back under a new name, Oranos Finance 2.0. This is crazy. Slim Timothy 1 said, this is why I'm a Bitcoin maxi. And that's the thing, people. On the flip side of the coin, as angry as people get at Bitcoin maxis, because we know they are super aggressive, this is why they're aggressive, because they're like, hey, all this shit, when it just comes to Bitcoin, we're good. Is when you start doing everything else. So yeah, I don't know. Zyro said 4 chimes the charm. Everybody saying lucky 4. You know how it is. Goodness, I agree with this. And this is something we might need to bring them in and talk about. Said this is a stain on Bitcoin Magazine and their leadership for ensuring this scam. I'm not sure how much they went along with it. But that was my thoughts too, which is why I was trying to get Zay here. Hold on, let me see. Let's see if I can get him on here. But that's why I actually wanted Zay for this article. Because I know he works a little bit closer with Bitcoin Magazine, Oranos, and all that good stuff. So I did want his thoughts on it. Hopefully we can get him back, but not, we'll get his thoughts tomorrow. But this is staying on a lot of people, actually, for sure. Rinse and repeat rug pull. You already know it. Carpet season. They say they always come from Zay. Orno, and that's what my question is too. So when Ornos on Bitcoin came out, again, I have a few articles up that I still haven't finished reading yet because I have a ton of other research I'm doing right now. So I'm not sure how closely related all this is, or if this is the exact same one, but exact same or different. It carries the same name. This is definitely bad for the brand, bad for branding in general. especially after people got so excited. So again, we have to determine if it's the same one, what happened with this, what's going to happen next, because here's the other piece of it. Just because they disappeared, it doesn't mean the technology or the ability to do it disappears. It just means that the group of people, for whatever reason, disappears. So the real question would be, hey, does this technology still work? If it does work, like how do we pick it back up? Does another company rebrand it? Does another project rebrand it? Is this something that users can do on their own? Is this a market thing? So these are all the questions that I'm sure going to be answered in the next few days. Again, we're going to have Bitcoin Zay to speak for the Ornos and Bitcoin is going on when he gets back here as well. It may be tomorrow too, because that man that logged off, he might be gone. Let's see. Microsoft brought Activision too. Maybe PTE is about to be upgraded if they bought Coinbase. Oh, are we talking about? Oh, we talking about Microsoft buying Coinbase? Maybe. All right. That might be. It might happen. It might happen. Let's see. DraftKings won't let that happen. Talking about crypto turning into altcoin casino. Oh, I already know it. Let's see. I was part of the party poker early on, and the casinos used the government to shut it down. Exactly. All right. Let's see. Last story, but certainly not least. This was an interesting one, and we see it all the time. The WEF is back in the news. WEF promo video shows Bitcoin mining, but leaves out the B word. Oh my goodness. And it's interesting because WEF actually has had some Bitcoin or crypto related panels where the panelists have talked about Bitcoin in a glowing light. So it's interesting to see that they're now kind of backtracking. The video showed multiple scenes depicting rows of what appears to be Bitcoin mining rigs, but the cryptocurrency never got a mention. And this is essentially what's wrong with this market. This entire market, or I would say the newer market participants, especially the ones trying to get rich quick, whether it's the institutions or it's the professionals coming from other professions, or it's just young people who are just literally trying to get rich quick. Like, oh, I got $10. I'm trying to have $1 billion by the end of the month, right? And shout out to the show Beef. They actually had a note to crypto trading and everything. The younger guy was in there trying to get rich quick using crypto trading and all that good stuff. But what I want to point out is that all those three market participants, the professionals who have migrated from a different profession and are over here trying to mitigate losses and risk by bringing in regulators, the institutions that are trying to take over the narrative in the market, and the get rich quick schemers who really don't care about any of the technology. They're here literally just to make a quick buck and offer nothing else. They're leeches. Those three market participants, what they keep doing, they keep taking all the good from Bitcoin and the ethos of Bitcoin and decentralization and all that good stuff, and they keep trying to mix it into a big pot of crypto that they want to own. And it never works out for them. And I say that because this is happening right now. They're taking out the best part of the entire market, which is Bitcoin mining, proof of work, which even the likes of the WEF don't want to recognize because they say it hurts the environment, even though that's been disproven a lot. They don't want to mention that or show that, but they'll show you the procedure, the technique, the technology to actually do it and try to attribute it to something else. Again, trying to put a square peg in a round hole. It does not work. It's not going to work. It's not meant to be on an exchange. It's meant to be peer-to-peer, and it's meant to be proof of work. You can keep trying to take little bits and pieces and add it to your brand new project and swear to the world it's going to be better, and you'll get a shit ton of money overnight, and eventually the fire will die out, the steam will blow down, everything will come to the light, and everybody will say you're just another shit project, which is being invented by and invested in by shitty institutions trying to control the narrative. Once again, professionals who have professionals who have migrated from other professions and try to mitigate losses through the use of regulators. And last but not least, again, the fucking leeches who just want to get rich quick. These are the people who keep trying to take the best pieces of Bitcoin and warp it into something else. And that's what's happening here with the WEF. It's happened many times. We're seeing it again. Nothing new. Again, the World Economic Forum, WEF, showcased the facilities and tech employed by a cryptocurrency mining firm and implied its operations were the biggest winner for the environment, but it never actually said it was mining crypto. This is hilarious. Published on April 20th, the WEF video promoted efforts toward reducing flaring, where large amounts of gas from oil production or from decomposition are wasted by the Colorado-based Bitcoin miner Crusoe Energy Systems. Prominent imagery of what appear to be cryptocurrency mining facilities are presented throughout the video. However, the video never directly addresses what is actually happening. Oh yeah, this is Bitcoin mining right here. This is Bitcoin mining right here. Hilarious. It's Bitmain Antminer mining rigs, but it's being referred to as a data center. Hilarious. You gotta love it. Chase Lochmiller, CEO and co-founder of Crusoe, explained in the video that it builds and operates the modular data centers that are co-located with waste energy sources to use methane streams to generate power. It was noted that this enables the production of ultra-low cost computing infrastructure by utilizing stranded energy sources that will otherwise go unused. So who cares about all that? Again, the main thing was that, yeah, shame on them. You're literally have a Bitcoin mining facility, and you can't even say that. In the corner right here, where you put World Economic Forum, where you put where the footage is from, where you put to create low, extremely low data centers, you couldn't put it right here in the corner. Bitcoin mining facility based out of whatever. That was too tough, huh? Yeah. So it says here from Michael Saylor, even the WEF is recognizing the environmental benefits of Bitcoin mining. You all have to understand the ludicrousy of this. The same people who is screaming Bitcoin mining is killing the environment, and we need to change proof of work to proof of stake, which would essentially only make or will only give rich people the ability to become market participants as validators in the actual infrastructure of these cryptocurrencies. They try to switch it from proof of stake or proof of work to proof of stake to let rich people take it over essentially and use the environment as a reason. And then they come back around and want to show you mining because it's so big, but don't want to say it's Bitcoin mining because of your stance on Bitcoin mining and environment. But you're saying this miner is helping the environment. This is great. This is the narrative, people. Again, it's coming from people who came to the market late and don't know what they're talking about, like every time, which is why it makes zero sense. But let's just really quickly go back to this. Again, this is the WEF. This startup catches waste methane to power data centers. So aligning the future of computing with the future of the climate. So wait, literally in the first 7 seconds, they have identified and admitted that this company and what they're doing is helping the environment. And you mean to tell me this company and what they're doing that's helping the environment is Bitcoin mining? People, they can't even come out and say it. They literally can't even come out. It's literally a Bitcoin ant miner right there, and they can't come out and look. Oh man, WF. Let me get somebody. Let me guess, a British or European type of accent to sound smart, the wild hair, and the teleprompter. Come on, man. I'm in Hollywood.
Previously wasted source of energy.
Okay, I was proven wrong. He has a regular accent, but he still has the wild hair.
But we can also produce ultra low cost computing infrastructure.
Wow, this is literally a Bitcoin mining facility that they're talking about saving energy on from the World Economic Forum, and they're not going to point out is Bitcoin. That's how we're going to end the show right there. People, we cannot beat these megalodon monsters of media and institutions unless you continue to buy Bitcoin, because at the end of the day, they can try every trick and trade out there. When it comes to Bitcoin, it's about who has it, point blank, period. So just keep the blinders on. Don't pay attention to the noise. WEF, they're going to keep flip-flopping. They're going to try to get us off proof of work. They're going to say environment is bad for mining. And you see what they're doing literally the same year, the same 12-month calendar spans that they're telling you not to do it yourself. They're doing it themselves. Do not listen to the institutions, the regulators at this point, or even the government when it comes to Bitcoin and crypto, people. You got to do it on your own or find good people that know what they're talking about. Yeah, so again, do your own research. Shantae Edwards said, New World Order, LOL. I agree. I mean, it just doesn't get any more disheartening than that. All right, last few comments. Let's see. I have one from Goodness says, sadly, they have enough resources to run the business without a marginal cost of operation. Let's see. Everybody saying check out Texas Blockchain Council and Texas Bitcoin Commission and Petroleum Club. All right, cool. They got a lot of good stuff going on as well. Oh, okay. That's what it's saying. They all got started at Texas A&M by 2 engineers. Now in Texas, all of them are use oil mines, are using that to burn off and monetize something they usually just burned off. Okay, cool. There we go. Let's see what else we have. That methane thing. Okay, the methane thing from Texas. This is just like the Solana story covered Monday. They selling the hype for carbon credits, but when you dig in, it's all cap. All right, other than that, that is the show for the day. As always, make sure you smash that like and share, and I will see you all tomorrow with some more